welcome back. Um, that was a stream crash there. That was great. Yes, but I'm back. That was annoying. Sorry. As you know, though, or hopefully, it's a common problem on these streams. But I am back. It unfortunately happens. And, yeah, might have to hit refresh on the stream, I don't know, but, yeah, that's just how it goes around here. And I promise it wasn't Suna. He is in here, though. He's just not feeling well, so he's in his crate. He's awake. Uh-oh. Well, that's fine. He'll go eat. But, yeah. Apologies, though. Yeah. Well, we'll have this all cleared out. There was a way to... We're not gonna think about how many shovels I've gone through. Yay! That was on my end more than your end. I'm sorry, the stream just crashed on me. It does that from time to time, after all. Sorry about that. Well, I know why. It's my internet. Thankfully, it does that instead of making my streams just super laggy. Typically. 9 times out of 10. But it does do that. So, but I am glad you're back. Alright, I'm clearing out more dirt. I feel like this is gonna be my like, just, unless you guys want me to do something else. This is my life. Dirt. Clearing. But, I mean, I'm so close to being at least down to that level down there. Like, down here. And that is going to be feeling super satisfying, I think, to get there, to that point. Not that it feels super satisfying to be like, and then I have to clear out even more. But, yeah. But, you know, like, this is the kind of stream to just chit-chat with, right? A boot, if you... Alrighty. If he's still there, sure. But just remember, like I said, I don't think he will be, because I came down here. And unfortunately... Oh, wait. You went the next one. Okay. Alrighty. That's up there, because down here, definitely getting the boot. In the not nice way. But, sure. That's fine. There we go. Anyway, oh, here's an idea. We could, because this is super boring anyway, you can give me a prompt for, like, a story, and I can write one. Off the top of my head, if you want. Or just give me a bunch of words. Or we could chit-chat about separate topics. Because, like I said, I know this is, well, somewhat satisfying to watch, potentially, but it is a dull, task. And I acknowledge that. Alright, we keep clearing out, we keep going. Boop, boop. Mario vs. Superman. Okay. individuals in the colors of blue, red, and occasionally yellow fight each other at the top of a cliff. You definitely have a... Mario sits back and he looks across at his opponent. No matter how many lives he has, it doesn't seem like he can beat him. He doesn't know why. After all, this is just obviously some other human. He's fought monsters, he's fought mushrooms, he's fought the greatest horrible villain of all time. A lizard. And yet still, he cannot beat this individual. He does not know why. No matter what he does. Yeah, it's a topic, so... But still, he continues to try after try. Yet still, he's down to his last life. And still, he cannot beat him. He asks the individual, "What is your name?" And he says, "I am Superman." That's what Mario says. I yield, I defeat. I accept my defeat. Please do not kill me. I don't know. Or rather, do not take the princess. So Superman's like, "What do you mean, take the princess? I'm a hero." Mario says, "You're not a minion of Bowser?" "No!" And so they go and get pasta afterward. The end. I don't think that was a very good one, but... I don't even know. I don't know. Your imagination definitely has no bounds. That's fair. But you know what? This is good. I like to write, and this is a good practice for writing. I know I could have done more, like, having Mario say, like, "Mamma mia," or something, but I don't know. It only occurred to me after the fact. But like I said, I guess you can give words, too. Also, knobs. Reminds me of a Imagination in Knobs. That reminds me of a series I once read. Okay, let me think. Give me a second to think on this one, because... the stillness in the air. There's a stillness in the air. As... No. In front of this college campus stands a group of children. Or not children, high schoolers. Hopeful, scared, concerned. Across the still air, a teacher pulls a name out of a glass jar. "James Stupendous," calls out. In okay. In fear and concern, James steps forward, slowly but surely, as he joins those amongst those standing on the other side. He knows he's not going to make it out of this. After all, he's not a killer. He won't make it past math. If he's lucky, he might have 2 or 3 days. But at the moment, he doesn't think that that's possible. Upon listening to the names also called, he hears many of his old classmates and feels bad for them, yet at the same time knows he's not going to be backing down. After all, it's survival of the fittest now. Friendships are not necessary, as far as the teachers are concerned, at least. But then he hears a name he didn't think he'd ever hear. After all, she was, well, while she was a bright young lady, she was not necessarily considered college level, if you will, or someone who'd have been considered. It was shocking she'd even made it into the drawing, and yet her name was heard clear across the air. Liliane Moldova. And he knows in his heart that he can't hurt her. After all, high school crush. Yeah, no. And he looks over and realizes as he sees The name in question was probably not originally hers. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Hopefully in the future, he will not meet her. And he will not be forced to fight her. Still. Do you want me to keep going on this one, by the way? Because, I mean, it's kind of just a little bit. Or not. By the way, I feel like that one was a little... But, keep going or do something new, by the way. Boot? You still here? Alrighty. Mostly because I'm not sure how I'd continue from there. I'm sure there's those that are definitively better at that, but college and in Hunger Games, I'm not coming up with the names necessary for something like that. How did I even show names I just used? Yeah, okay then. I guess another prompt. Or how about some words this time? You can do words that I have to use in AM. I'm better at that, but I'll still probably be crappy. That's funny. I didn't... Not because of it, but that I came pretty close on the money. Oh dear. I didn't even... Not actually on the money, but the concept-wise, I would not have thought that. But that's cool that you're the editor there of that. Of a series with that, premise. But yeah, yeah, I mean, like I said, feel free to give me whatever. And I will try, it's just, like, after a while, I might just be like, do you want me to keep going or do something else? Just because the nature of it, I feel like I should ask. Because I don't have the ability to edit here. I got a chicken out of that. Yeah. That's right. That's unusual. But like I said, always feel free to give me a prompt or whatever. And especially if it's getting quiet. We can see how bad I am. Well, I'm not shocked. After all, one, I don't think you've used the same name. And two, oftentimes it'll not necessarily state who edits it. Especially if it's just meant to be like a cursory second look over and be like, hey, you probably should do this and this. But still, fair enough. But yeah, like I said, whatever, feel free to come up with a prompt. And see how bad I am. You're not the guy I'm looking for. Because I don't mind. And like I said, I do need to practice more, and I know it. Because I haven't... That's fair. I mean... I suppose the real question is if you actually wanted the credit. Because if not, then... And if you're practically rewriting it, that's not as cool, but... Alright, so what are you gonna give me next? I know you've made it, man. Haha! But it's 11. I'll come back for that. How do you know? Alright, we're gonna take this one, though. And then I'll get more sticks and stuff, but... Fair enough, though. I mean, as long as, Oh, you have a new prompt? I'm ready. I am ready to be a completely floundering mess because I'm thinking while I'm streaming. But it's good practice. Because, you know, I mean, there was a story I eventually want to write, and I kind of, it's better to be able to work on the focusing on that. Actually being able to write on the fly. Alright, so what's the prompt? Art, me? Do you mean me when you say art? Yes, okay. Alright. And I'll do it in first person. One day, as I went to go play Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft. Sorry. Hello, Chris. How are you? I'm about to try and prompt you write a story. Hit the emote. What? This is Java. But anyway. But how are you, Chris? Anyway, back to trying to do a story from the prompt. One day, as I went to go play a game on the Switch. I'm glad to hear that you're doing great, by the way. I turned it on and found, to my abject horror, that the game in there was Violet and Scarlet and Violet was Pokemon Violet, and beyond that my game had been restarted, and all of my progress was gone. The end. Okay, sorry. I know that one was just small. I'll do a better one if you want me to, but I'm sorry. It was the first thing I thought of. I was like, ugh. But here, let me think. Let me do something better than that. 'Cause that was just a dorky thing. That was just the first thing that came to mind. That story was whack. Okay. Wait, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I was just told to do something with TV, horror, Pokemon, me. Oh, is that the new prompt? Bowser decides to become the hero? Alright then. I'm going to assume that's the new prompt and I did a good job on the other. Or at least so bad that you gotta move on. Alright. It was a dark day. The plumber had been slain, and the princess stolen away by some new threat. Under normal circumstances, Bowser would have left it alone. He wouldn't have been a part of this, or he may have even chosen to join the villain, after all. But he had grown a soft spot for the little old plumber, and he didn't care for how this individual was behaving. There was no one else to save the day. Luigi was gone, in another country, doing his own thing. Something about ghosts. And none of the Toads were strong enough to do anything. And beyond that, with his little boy looking at him, hopefully and expectantly, he couldn't just leave it alone. So he decided to step forward. He wasn't... I'll do that in a second. He wasn't going to let this end this way. He was going to save the day. Even if it game overed him. I don't know. Alright, something about a ghost. Alright. That was just a little bit. I could do more of that whole thing. And do a whole story. I think actually I have a pretty good idea, but I think that would be a good start. So something about a ghost. Alright. There is a house at the end of the road that is broken, worn down, and crusted. You know this house. There's a house at the end of every road like this. The house in question appears quiet, since left alone, so-and-so. But the thing is... Oh, Study's going okay, Mr. Fairley. I'm in the middle of doing a storyline for a prompt I've been given. How are you, by the way? This house. This beautiful... Rather, actually, no. I'm going to adjust this story. I'm doing good. Glad to hear that you're doing the same as usual, I think. Never sure, but alright. At the end of the road, there's a house. A bright, sunny, shiny house. It's a house that looks like it'd be great to live in, and yet nobody ever does. You know this house. This house always seems to exist. Somewhere. Within the house exists a story. The story untold. No. Anyway, and within the story is a girl who left everything behind for what she thought was a better future. But in the end, she found it was not, and that future ended in tragedy. This is her story. This is my story. And this is how I came to be like this. Anyway, that would just be like the first chapter. I could continue or I could not. Up to you guys. And no, I'm not a guild writer on strike. I'm just having fun trying to work on practicing trying to come up with something with writing prompts. Anyway, so do I continue that one or do I get a new prompt? Sorry. And yeah, sorry, I restored that one a little bit, but I feel like the adjusting a little... Yeah. Anyway, what is the vote? Continue, new prompt. I can't do yours, Mr. Fairley, because Chris picked first. Alright. Let me see. So mech. I'm gonna do this one. Sorry, Chris is first. I gotta go through this in order. Yeah. Alright, let me see. I'm gonna do this one first person. Hey there, my name is Chris blank space, and I am 13 years old, and I have a secret. A robot secret. See, I am the pilot of a mech named Kaleidoscope. Yeah, Kaleidoscope. And we are a secret hero bunch. We fight against the bad guys. The team Sprocket Force. And we saved the day. And this is how we met. Many years ago. No, like 2 months. I was out wandering the fields I was out wandering in the woods where my mom told me not to go, and I found a rocket ship. I can't keep going. Oh, this is so cringy. But if you want me to keep going, I can. Or I'll go on the next prompt, which is the I guess. But yeah. Let me see. I guess I could do a little more though. And I found a rocket, a spaceship, all in the middle of nowhere, ruined. And inside there was this thing talking. His name was Sprocket, or his name was Kaleida. Yeah, no, I can't keep going. I can't keep going. I feel. I don't know. Alright, so the tragedy. I don't know. I don't know enough about that. I like Skyward, but I don't know enough about that one. I can't really, I guess. At one point, it's theorized that Jar Jar Binks was originally supposed to be a Sith named Darth Plagueis. But the fact that there were kids' toys were very popular with Jar Jar, or Jar Jar toys were very popular with kids, they ended up cutting it out. The end. That's that one. And now Twitch chat rebelling against their streamers. One day... No, it's not Story of the Jedi, I will tell you. But, that's the best I could do. Without knowing more. Let me see. So the next one is Twitch chat rebelling against their streamers. Isn't that the story of Kick? Except, no, that's the streamers rebelling against the Twitch. Yes, yes. You're better than... You know more than I do. Anyway, but... There was a streamer who did not listen to their chat. And so... The chat left and went to go watch someone else. And so... Learn what power? But yes, they went to another chat, and the streamer regretted not listening to chat. I don't know. That seems a little odd. No, because I'm trying to listen to chat. Now what? Yeah, there was a streamer who only played one type of game, I guess. And the chat got bored of the game and went to a different, watch somebody else. The end. That's the best I could think of, because I don't know. Lore of me, chapter of you. Alright, so first a story that's a lore story, I guess, of Boot Bomb. And then I do the Lassie story. Alright. Mr. Coppers. Wait, do you mean the One Piece character, or do you mean you? Just checking. Before I, because I do... Sorry, I'm just checking. It's you or the One Piece character. I feel like I need to ask. I'm going to assume it's you, but I'm not sure. There once was a boot named Mr. Choppers, and he gave me the... Oh, the pig you named earlier? Okay. Got it. So once there was a pig named Mr. Choppers. He lived in a village of pink. He watched as the people around him seemed to disappear slowly but surely, but knew not why. Occasionally new people would replace them, and sometimes they would even seem to return. But he did not know why, because he was a pig. The end. Or no. But he one day found out the terrible truth, and that truth was that they left the city to go somewhere else. Because they did not love him, even though they should have. And so Mr. Choppers went on a murder spree. The end. I don't know. That just seems dark and horrible. That's just the first thing that came to mind. At the end there, I'm like, how do I end this? Sorry. Yes. I'm like, I've started it. I'm just... That's cool. I believe that you have lore about yourself. That's why I was confused. I was like, what do I do? I know you're a boot. I knew you probably had lore for yourself after all. I mean, like, I have lore for myself too, so I would not be surprised if you had lore for yourself. At least I have some lore. Yeah. Anyway, you can give me another prompt, by the way. Feel free. Or you could just tell me to, I guess, continue the Mr. Chopper story. Either way. Although, I can't, I don't know. I guess then it would continue with... You know, I was not far off of what I was thinking. Oh, no, you're right. I didn't do the dog story. Give me a second. Although it feels like it's the plot of Lassie. Give me a second. I need to go ahead and look at their... I think I have to scroll up. Hello, Miltasier. We're currently working on doing stories. Having me do stupid prompts. Or stupid stories from decent prompts. Because I'm not very good. Alright, let me see. Where is it? Oh, wait. Story about a dog that spots a fire and must deliver something. Okay. Once there was a dog named Lassie. Totally original here. And he loved his family. I guess he loved his family very much. He was named after the famous dogs from the TV show Lassie. Well, it's not stupid. Literally, there was a whole TV show around this idea. Do you not know what Lassie? No! Do you not know Lassie? Lassie's a beloved series. For many, many years. I'm like, wait. That's why it's like, I can think of ideas, but I literally... Have you never heard the Timmy fell down the well thing? That actually comes from a TV show. About this really cute border collar. It's not a boomer moment. I assure you, I am... No, it's a wonderful TV show. It's just... my problem is I'm trying to think of a storyline of it that hasn't been done. Because they did all the storylines, let's be real. If it existed, they did it. It was a good series. I loved it. Some alternative lore. It was... already some alternative lore for you, Poopum. And like I said, if you want me to do the Lassie thing, I literally, it's... I wanted to do something original. I'm like, I can't think of anything because I used to watch that show when I was little. I love Lassie because he's so cute. And it was actually a boy dog, by the way, but... it was referred to as she. It was meant to be a girl, but... Yeah, anyway. I know stupid facts about the show. Alrighty, alternative lore for Boot Bomb. Once Boot Bomb was normal Boot, but he gained the power to blow things up, and thus gave himself the name Boot Bomb. That's the only lore I could think of for that, other than what you already did, because I was like, literally in my head, I was like, one day he woke up as a boot. I guess that's true. It's just... legit. It was a wonderful series. Oh, 1 second. 1, 2, 3... Oh dear. Anyway, but I'm listening to you, Mel's here, but yeah, Boot Bomb. Literally, my idea was, Boot Bomb was a human who one day woke up as a boot and trained the ability to blow things up to eventually get revenge on whoever did this to him. Oh dear. Fair enough. So, it wasn't that far off, shockingly. Nice. Let me guess, it's a spell to blow things up. Like I said. was literally my first thought. But yeah, like I said, give me any prompts and I will try. I just can't guarantee it's going to be any good because I'm not, that good at thinking on the fly. But yeah. Oh, you still have shoe spell. Can you turn back into a person, or can you only just turn people into shoes? You need a guarantee? What do you mean? Like I said, I will do your story still if you want me to. I feel bad because, like, my first thought was of Lassie. I'm like, I see. That's a very powerful spell. Hopefully you're able to use it on the villainous wizard that did that to you then. One day. Anyway, what's the guarantee you need, Chris? I'm listening. Like I said, I am totally up to doing your story. I just... I am... Yeah. But seriously, I am serious. Have you really never heard of Lassie? There was even a more recent movie. I think it was recent. I don't know. I watched it more recently than not. But, I mean, to be fair, it was a black and white TV show. I just watched it anyway. I still haven't... It was like, Lassie, come home. Was what it was called. But, kind of like Black Beauty, actually. I mean, like I've said before, I had some... I see. But, literally, it's where the meme joke of... Timmy fell down the well? We're having a dog barking and having, like, somebody assuming that obviously Timmy fell down the well. Because that was Lassie. To be fair, it's because my mom let me watch a whole bunch of old TV shows. So it's not like it's, I was around... I was not around for black and white TVs. I just happened to watch the show. A lot. But... It was super... Yeah, oh yeah, fair enough, you did know about it. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it was the old meme of the... Definitely not. Think of it like this. My little sister is 19. And while I'm quite a bit older than she is, I'm still not, like... And let's see, I've actually specifically stated I am between the ages of 25 and 30, so... No, there is not. I just like old things. Again, remember, I'm somebody who used to read a lot. And play board games. Because that's just the kind of person I am. But yeah, no, I liked Lassie. Because Lassie was... Because, to be fair, Lassie looked a lot like my grandmother's dog did. So, you know, I like that. Yes, there's new books. I've read newer books, too. Yep. Yeah, I'm close to your age. That's what I am gonna say. But, yeah, no, as I've said, between 25 and 30. Fair enough. Like I said, though, for me, I get into that stuff. You got the spell, I see. They deemed my reading comprehension to be like high school level in elementary school. And at the same time, we're saying, geez. Yeah. Fair enough. Anyway, but yeah, no, my mom used to let me watch a whole bunch of, like, older stuff, so I ended up getting into a lot of, Fair enough. Honestly, for the most part, I only read manga and manhwas at this point. But I do still read actual books from time to time. Because I enjoy reading. Maybe. I mean, you're still reading if it's a story-intensive game. I mean, think about it. Good. I like a narrative-driven game too. The only thing I don't like is when it turns into a walking simulator, because I feel like that's just not exciting. It's just like there's no point in playing it. But yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, that's fair. If it's a short one, that makes sense. But, or if it's a game kind of like, I will say West of Loathing, and I think Shadows of Loathing, because in a technical sense it is kind of closer to being a walking simulator, but there's still some things to it. I just don't like games that make that the huge focus. Or, especially that when they're like, new gameplay, blah blah blah, and then it's just like, but you're just doing nothing. But I think that's because I just enjoy things that make me do something. After all, I also love puzzles and stuff. And again, I've loved them from a young age. That's true. I do like that Zelda has so many puzzles, especially a lot of the older ones. But yeah, like, well, I'm not doing them currently. I enjoy doing things like Sudoku. I'm that weirdo that does that.